Hi everyone, welcome to Coding Club. Today we're going to be doing a program called Where Your ID. So it's kind of an inside joke in my school about some like we have to wear IDs. So I decided to make it a fun program for the people in Coding Club, even though it's not very fun. I don't know why I thought it would be fun, but here we are. So we have to make it so that we create a program that asks for your ID number and then it prints it out. So we are going to be using user input. We're going to be using something called Keyboard Reader. And if you don't have Keyboard Reader already, you can watch my first video. I mean, it's not my first video, it's my friend who was showing how to download Keyboard Reader and Java and all the such. And if you don't have Keyboard Reader, just watch that video. And if you don't feel like downloading the Keyboard Reader stuff, you can always go on, and you don't need to, you can always import something called reader.readline. And it works the exact same as Keyboard Reader, but you might want to go on like W3 Schools or some website and figure out how to use that, because I'm not going to be going through that. I'm going to be going through Keyboard Reader. So let's do this. We have to get the input for the ID, and then we have to print out that input. So let's start this off by importing Keyboard Reader. It'll be right like this. Keyboard Reader reader equals new Keyboard Reader parentheses space. So it's pretty easy. Just type that in and you should have it imported. And you're probably going to have to click this button here, and you're going to have to import it. So if you have this red line here, just click import Keyboard Reader, double click there, and you should get it. And it should delete the red line. And then once you do that, create your integer ID. Then create a sysout statement saying give your ID number. And once you have that, you can do ID is equal to reader.readInt. And then it's going to prompt you for input. And then once you have the input, you can sysout that. So let's run this program and I'll show you how it works. So let's go and give your ID number. And now there's a blinking cursor and you're allowed to type whatever you want. So my ID is 57576745. Let's enter that. And it prints out my ID, 57576745. So this program is super duper rudimentary, but it works. That's how you are able to use user input. And in the next video, we are going to be using if statements, and we are going to be not using user input, but it's going to be if statements and random numbers. And user input is super duper important when you're coding. Like, what is the use to a program if you can't input anything into it? Like, maybe you could use a weather program, but you still have to input weather data. So you really can't have any program unless you have some data that you can input, and you get the data by using input statements and such. So input statements are vital in programming, in Java in general. So thank you guys all for watching, and I'll hopefully see you all later. Bye!